The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
Welcome to the Gun Shop Show. Yay. We are your friends in the gun business and your friends every Saturday morning here on the Gun Shop Show, coming to you from the sales floor of the best gun store in the world and voted by you folks in the good four-state area best in the four states.
Number one in my heart.
So appreciate that. If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Eli Bruton. I'm the owner of Liberty Tree Guns. I have been selling guns for the last 5 years, have been training people in the firearms space since before that. We have a retail store that serves a lot of customers every day here in Carthage, Missouri, but we're also available all the time at libertytreeguns.com. And this is our radio /TV /web show /podcast that is made possible by the two guys that are with me today on the show.
Who's that?
And that is my man making it all happen, Trevor Smith.
Hey, guys.
And then our resident gun bunny, who doesn't really help at all in the business, but has been labeled as a gun bunny. That is my man, Logan Jones.
Logan. He makes every day easier.
If I didn't look good, who would?
I'm just kidding. Actually,
Logan the man.
It's a good thing it's not really just his looks, because we've had
thank God, because I'm like average.
Medical professionals
that have said, you know, you're just okay.
1 out of 1 dentists disapprove. That's 100%.
And if we're being honest, dentists, not real doctors.
But if you're watching the show and you're a dentist,
they're the chiropractors.
We like you.
They're the chiropractors of the mouth. You know when to go to your nose and throat if you want a real expert. We were talking about ear, nose, and throat and specialists, and my son was like, "But what if you need to work on your cheek?" And I was like, they don't do it, bro.
They don't do
it's
that.
just ear, nose, and throat.
They're out.
So we got a good show lined up for you today. The title of today's episode is Brace Yourself, the ATF is coming.
Dum, dum.
And the reason is the ATF has issued a cease and desist letter to popular gun manufacturer Q Firearms that their AR pistol brace is illegal and they have to stop manufacturing it, and you as the customer may be committing a felony if you have it in your possession.
You weren't doing anything, and then bam, all of a sudden, criminal.
We're going to cover the latest on that. We're also going to talk about what is an AR pistol brace. If you're listening, you might think, I don't know what that is. What does it mean for me? It may mean the beginning of a new wave of gun control, or it may not. Hopefully not, it doesn't. But we'll cover what that is and what that means for you. But first, I want to give you a chance to get some free stuff.
Free stuff.
Free stuff.
Free stuff with cheese.
People all over the country are getting this free stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And if you haven't, you should right now. You can get free Liberty Tree swag. This is good stuff. You get this round bumper sticker. This is an outdoor grade, high gloss, UV protected bumper sticker that has the Liberty Tree Guns logo. And Liberty Tree Guns is named after the original Liberty Tree that stood in Boston where patriots met during the founding of our country, and that is where that imagery comes from. You can also get it on a koozie. It's got CZ on one side, Liberty Tree on the other, or in the spirit of hunting season.
Get that hat.
Right now
that
we have
Tree hat.
some camo mesh back hats with the Liberty Tree Guns logo, and our cameras just have a real hard time with lime green.
Yeah, they don't like that color, but also, is that a mesh back on that?
That's a mesh back.
So not only are you going to look cool,
Bam,
you're
mesh.
going to feel cool,
You
too.
betcha.
Can confirm.
Can confirm. And how do people get that, Logan?
You're going to want to go to our website at libertytreeguns.com, click the Liberty Tree merch section, click the merch tab. It's there free of charge. I'm talking $0, baby.
Completely free of charge. So get that. We will even ship it to you. Now, if you get anything but a decal, we'll charge a couple bucks shipping. Keep it super affordable. It just covers our shipping costs. But you get the hat for free, decal for free, the koozie for free. Also, while you're in there on that merch section, if you'd like to get, I noticed you guys were I don't know, did you call each other this morning and coordinate your clothes?
It's actually a Facebook Messenger group. It's just the Gun Shop Show shirt wearing group.
Yeah. Are you in it?
How many members?
It's just two so far.
2.
Oh, okay.
It's an exclusive group, bro.
What does it take to get in?
It's a rigorous onboarding process.
What is some of the criteria for being in the group?
You have to be able to do 3 cartwheels in a row without stopping.
Yep. And between cartwheels?
Do you have to be one of the cast members of the gun shop show?
No.
Well,
not one of the recommendations.
That's what we talked about this.
Yeah, we just talked about it. Yeah, it turns out you got to be a part of the group of that.
So anyway, you guys are wearing the cool gun shop show shirt, and you can get those in that merch section.
That's right.
Those aren't free. The stuff I just mentioned is free. Speaking of getting free things,
yes,
there's a couple more ways to get free things.
Yes.
One is if you share the stream and tag 5 friends.
In the comments?
You're going to get entered to win a $100 gift card to Liberty Tree Guns.
What? That's crazy generous, man.
Money.
Yeah, that's just in this show. So, last week's winner, congratulations, getting ready to announce that.
Right. Yeah.
That is
let the cat out of that bag.
Melissa Littrell.
That's right.
Melissa
and also, we should let
Congratulations.
we need to let our listeners know of a couple of things, right? If you want to win, you got to share and tag 5 friends. That's how you get the whole thing
You got to do
started.
both. You can't just share, and you can't just tag 5 friends.
It's not an or, it's an and situation.
And tag 5 friends.
Then you got to come back in the next episode to hear that you've won, okay? But there was another point that I was going to make on that, but I'm going to walk away from it because I don't waste any more time. Take it away, Eli.
Okay.
Away.
I didn't get the memo, so what I decided to wear was my High Winds Casino All-American Gun Giveaway shirt, which is going on right now at High Winds Casino.
Oh, yeah.
They had 15 guns. I'm talking top
quality
notch guns.
Choice, exactly. What I was going to say.
The High Winds Drifter.
You can't say his name.
Yeah.
He just drifted right on
here?
by.
Is he here?
I don't know. I just keep feeling a breeze, guys.
Yeah. My finger actually just got itchy.
Yeah, but it did. Yeah, mine too.
Every time I
all
hear
11
the
of them got
Dude,
itchy.
Quick.
So you can get entered to win these guns. There's 5 left. They're going to be given away on Halloween night.
That's October 31st this year.
And you can get entered to win just by playing at High Winds Casino.
That's all it takes.
I recommend go to highwindscasino.com, click promotions, go to the All-American Gun Giveaway to see which guns are going to be given away on Halloween night. And check them out because there are some really high-end, and we're talking Brownings, all kinds of nice shotguns and bolt actions.
Yep.
You can get those. Just visit highwindscasino.com and say hello to the High Winds Drifter.
That's right.
While you're there.
Well, we got a couple of guests coming on the show today.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. We are going to be joined by Ava Flanell, host of Gun Funny.
That's right.
And she's always got good insight, but she especially does because she's had recent interviews with several people at the center of this AR pistol brace debate. We also have Josh Osman from Osman Armory. Who
Do you think he's a little bit country or a little bit rock and roll?
Both. Yeah, both.
That's the way to live.
It's OSMUN though.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Osman.
Well, hey, man,
Different.
they're hanging out in Branson these days. I just kind of assumed maybe family.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe they're also making AR-15s to take MP5 magazines. But let's talk real quick in the time before the break. About what is an AR pistol brace.
Hey, what is an AR pistol brace?
Okay, so according to the National Firearms Act,
Okay.
rifles have to have a minimum 16-inch barrel.
Okay.
Correct.
Otherwise, they're considered a short barrel rifle. So if it has a buttstock, it has to have a barrel longer than 16 inches, which a lot of rifles do. However, if you want something like what I have behind me, which is a little compact AR,
Uh-oh. He's struggling, folks.
it's on there.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
there it
Now he's
goes.
not
There
going
it
to
goes.
win.
He got
Eli
it. He
versus
got it.
Clip. And he's back.
And Eli won.
All right. Sorry, little problem with the hooks there.
It's all right.
So you can have what's called a pistol, which usually would mean it has no buttstock at all. But the precedent has been set that you can have a pistol brace, which is an extension which comes out from behind the grip and is designed to be put around your forearm or your wrist to help you aim more steadily with what is short by rifle standards but is big in terms of handguns.
Now, that one there, is that for people who basically have toothpicks for arms? Because whose arm's fitting into
It
that?
opens up. It opens up.
It gaps?
Yeah,
It
it
gaps.
opens.
Okay.
Yeah. It
All
has
right.
a thigh gap right here.
Okay. That patented thigh. Dude, no way. My arm is twice as thick as that thing.
Here's the thing. Nobody uses them like that. That's the spoiler. Nobody puts it around their forearm, and everyone knows it. Even the ATF knows it. But this is a thing where a letter has been issued to Q Firearms where they said cease and desist the manufacture of your Honey Badger firearm because it is illegal. It is not a pistol. It is a short barrel rifle.
That's a no-no item.
And so this comes as a surprise to both Q and the firearms industry because we know if Q is guilty, so are so many others. So this is a big, big issue in the gun world right now. We'll cover it right back on the Gun Shop Show. Hey, Adam and Lauren. Thanks for jumping on here so we can make an ad for the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We're huge Second Amendment advocates and big supporters of Liberty Tree and the Gun Shop Show.
All right, so for the ad, we're going to want to go over what you offer.
We do all the standard auto, home insurance, life insurance.
We also do a lot of rental property, whether that be commercial rental or residential, duplexes, apartment complexes, single-family dwellings. And we have specialty policies for all your firearms.
Well, you have commercial coverage on my rental properties, so we can put that in the ad too. And I was thinking that we'll talk about how you're big supporters of the store and how you come in the store pretty much every day on your lunch break and buy guns.
Maybe don't mention the everyday thing because my wife does watch the show, but we've been known to come in occasionally.
Every once in a while.
All right, guys, I think that we have everything we need to make an ad, so once I get it done, I'll give you guys a holler to check it out. Trevor, don't put it in the ad, but those guys are in here literally every day on their lunch break. Hey everyone, the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by Carthage Lock and Key. If you need anything to do with a lock or a key...
To success!
Did they tell you to say that?
No, I just thought it sounded good.
They have a mobile service, so they can come to you and cut pretty much any kind of key.
To success!
Or if you lock your keys in your
To
car...
success!
I'm talking even security modern chip keys.
To success!
Trevor, could you just jingle the name of the business? Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it good this time.
So, with all of my properties and all of the needs I have, I trust
Carthage Lock and Key! To success!
It's been a pleasure over the last 18 months serving both the Mount Vernon and the Carthage community with all their wireless needs, whether that's small business or keeping your family connected. Visit us at 100 George E. Phelps Boulevard, Carthage, Missouri, or 417-317-6342.
If you need a simple upgrade, to add a line, or need help with a plan change, come by and let one of our representatives help you out. Our Mount Vernon location is located at 318 West Mount Vernon Boulevard. Our phone number is 417-737-9669, or you can visit our Facebook page at Verizon Wireless Mount Vernon.
We have all the accessories for your favorite models, such as the S20 Ultra, maybe it's the 11 Pro Max, or the Google Pixel 4.
For just a simple plan change, an upgrade, or to add a new line to your account, stop by one of our convenient locations or check us out on social media. To get connected or stay connected to Verizon Wireless, the nation's best network.
Thank you.
We will see you soon.
This is Russell. I gotta go. It's time for the Gun Shop Show.
what you saw there was our next guest, Ava Flanell, podcast star, host of Gun Funny, and YouTuber, and all-around great contributor for the Gun Shop Show. Ava, I got to say, I like your cover of the Ocean Spray Fleetwood Mac mashup there.
Thank you.
And great job maintaining this rate of fire and sipping. That's got to be a little bit like patting your head and rubbing your stomach.
That's what I was thinking.
It kind of was. And it's funny because there's a few people that have mentioned, like, oh, well, that trigger release, is off. And it's like, give me a break. I'm literally holding this gun between my arms, trying to drink, and you're going to complain about my trigger release? Like, and actually, you can hear in the video, I'm actually hitting steel on top of that. So it's not like it's just spraying wherever.
Yeah.
It was actually like within like a,
The only spraying was the Ocean Spray.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I just wanted to open with that because I thought it was great. And, another interesting tidbit is apparently there's a whole new generation discovering Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac from that viral video, which is a good thing, in my opinion.
Yeah. Even though she's anti-gun, but who cares?
We'll skip over that.
Yeah.
For now.
So, but what we wanted to bring you in on is this issue of AR pistol braces and the ATF. So today's episode is titled Brace Yourselves, the ATF is coming. So this all started with Q's cease and desist letter they got from the ATF. I know you've been in contact with Q and some other people in this space. Tell me what you know and what you think the impact might be on the industry.
Okay, so right before this, I actually want to go back to Congressman Getz. He submitted a letter. It was in June, and he, for whatever reason, he got some sort of information that ATF was planning on restricting arm braces. So he and like 6 other members, they sent a letter to Attorney General and the acting director for DOJ and asked, for them to elaborate on this. They didn't receive a response. Then I believe September 29th, they wrote them another letter, still did not receive a response. So it's kind of weird. He had, some foreshadowing as to what was going to go, what was going to happen. Then on August 3rd, ATF submitted that cease and desist letter to Q, saying that the honey badger was now classified as an SBR, even though previously it was approved and it was not classified as an SBR. So Q stopped production of the honey badger. They submitted a letter to ATF as well as the DOJ, and they asked why is it now being classified as an SBR. Unfortunately, ATF would not submit any information as to why. Any specifics. They said that it could be the length of pole, it could be the brace, but they wouldn't put anything in email stating exactly what it was that suddenly classified this gun as now a short barrel rifle. And anyway, so they also said failure to do anything about this. So anybody who now owns the honey badger, which is thousands of people, they have no choice but to basically either take their gun apart or, submit that $200 tax stamp and now classify it as an NFA item. Failure to do so would result in prosecution and is subject to a $10,000 fine and up to 10 years in prison. So literally overnight, ATF just decided to make all of these law-abiding citizens criminals. And then after that, they said that, the sugar weasel and the mini fix might also be classified as an SBR. Again, they're not giving any reason why. It's just, they said when they see it, they'll know. So it's basically like, holistically, oh, well, this, the honey badger now classifies as an SBR, but they weren't giving specifics. And I've also talked to Alex from SB Tactical, who has met, he's flown to the White House, he's met with ATF agents before, and he's asked for, specifics as to what is okay and what is not okay. And again, nobody is giving them solid answer. So it's like, they're kind of just setting everybody up for failure. They even told Kevin from Q, he can change whatever make some changes, come back, submit the gun, and they'll let him know if it's approved or not. But they're not telling him specifically what to change.
Well, one rumor I had heard is that Q never submitted this design to begin with. Can you confirm whether or not they sent this design in before it went into production and got approval? Do you know for sure?
I was told that it was approved. Whether it was or not, if you look at the specifics, it's not breaking any laws.
Absolutely. I was just curious about that.
Yeah. So, and even the brace that's on there, that was obviously contracted to SB Tactical, who has the most approval letters for their braces. So Q did not design the brace. It was SB Tactical. It's a proprietary brace that, that was used just for the honey badger. So, I mean, considering the specifics and stuff, so even if it wasn't approved, I don't see why it would necessarily have to be.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it's just precedent. If they're saying this is a pistol brace and it's a pistol brace because of these certain set of reasons, then anybody should be able to apply that, criteria to it. But, you mentioned thousands of people being in possession of this. One of my guys on that sales floor, he separated his gun and, asked me to take half of it into inventory so he could feel confident that he's not in, potentially in even, what do they call it? Not when you're not in possession, but it's like constructive possession. Like if you have all the parts to make something illegal, it can still be considered that. And so he brought it to me to segregate it. But, of course, it's a frustrating situation for him being he paid the money. And wanted a pistol. He didn't want an SBR. If he wanted everything that comes along with owning an SBR, he would have bought one. Absolutely frustrating situation for him. But Ava, I don't know, are you involved in retail sales of guns? I know obviously you're an instructor and you do a lot in the gun world, but do you sell guns too?
I have my FFL and my SOT. So okay. I can sell guns and suppressors and NFA items.
So you have a pretty good sense for just how many pistol braces are out there and how popular they have been over the last few years. I mean, that's been one of the best-selling categories for us is AR pistols.
Absolutely. In fact, one of my advertisers is SB Tactical, and I know that they've sold millions. I mean, even if you just look at the SBA3, which is the most popular brace out there, I think they've sold 3 million, and that's just their braces. Yeah, that's just their brace. It's not including other, competitors where, other people that make braces.
Absolutely. And we are talking with Ava Flanell, host of Gun Funny. You can check out her podcast at gunfunny.com. When we get back from break, we're going to continue breaking down the issue of AR pistols right here on the Gun Shop Show. Hey everybody, Eli here, and I'm really excited to tell you that the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by one of my favorite places on earth. Located here in my hometown of Carthage on the beautiful historic square, the Emporium on the square, and the Woodshed. It's a art gallery, an event center, a gift shop. They have art classes, and there's very unique Americana artwork from famous artists like Andy Thomas. They handle a lot of his original framing. Just has this incredible old school vibe, and you can feel the history coming through. You have to check out the art gallery, but then as you work your way to the back, my favorite part, the Woodshed, had a lot of great meals in here. They've got burgers. I love their catfish. Excellent. Chicken and waffles even. It's incredible. And it's also a music venue, so we got to see my favorite band of all time, the Ben Miller Band. Ceiling was literally raining down. They were rocking so hard. But the best thing owned by one of my favorite people on earth, that's Cherry Babcock. Check out the Emporium on the Square and the Woodshed. yet. Hey, podcast listeners and live stream viewers, I wanted to let you know that the Gun Shop Show is made possible by our friends at Mid-America RV. Being in the customer service industry, I have a really high standard for how customers are treated. Mid-America RV does it right. I've got my RV through their dealership, and I've taken it all over the country. We made it to South Padre Island. We've gone to Colorado several times. And if you've ever owned an RV, you know there's a lot that comes with it. So who you get it from matters. And it's extremely important that you have support after the sale. They're located just outside of Carthage. They have a really vast inventory, and they are home of, I believe they call it a forever warranty. So I urge you, if you're in the market for one, to check them out. It's a really fun and can be very affordable way to get your trips in. So visit them at midamericarv.com. We appreciate their support of the Gun Shop Show. If you're in the market for a travel trailer or fifth wheel, check out Mid-America RV. The Ruger Security 9 LTO, an exclusive new firearm only from Liberty Tree Guns. This is an affordable pistol that comes with Ruger's renowned reliability and workmanship, and comes with an optic with a 3-year warranty. If you haven't ever shot a pistol with an optic on it, it's a lot of fun and you can really acquire a target quickly. All right, Ruger Security 9 LTO unboxing. So it pretty much obviously comes with everything the Ruger Security 9 would already come with, and this is how they look in the box. Ruger started doing this insert in the box, which is kind of nice. We've had to modify it a little bit to make sure that your optic fits. So there's a cutout so the cover can go on and then the gun can fit right here in that. They come with 2 mags, so a lot of price point guns, you're just getting 1 mag, but you get 2 15-round, OEM mags. A couple little bonuses is the optic comes with the AR mounts. So if you want to pull this optic off and run it on an AR, you've got everything that you need. That's a freebie, just comes in the box. Once we pull this insert out, here's where all the goodies that come with the optic. Got a 3-year warranty on the Firefield optic, the user manual. It has the tools for both mounting the optic if you want to take it off, and also the adjustment screwdriver for the windage and elevation, and then all of the factory information for your pistol. So this is the format that those will come in. And again, guys, remember, this is an option if you are excited to try out an optic on a pistol and you want to do it for a price point. So these at this price are cheaper than some guys are paying for just an optic. You're getting the gun and the optic. You can get the price and all the details at libertytreeguns.com. Just search LTO.
Hey there. We got your lab results back. It looks like you have a fever, and the only prescription is more Gun Shop Show.
Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. We're reminding you to brace yourself. The ATF is coming, and we are joined by our special guest, Ava Flanell of Gun Funny, breaking down this, what are the possible implications of ATF's enforcement action on AR pistol braces.
So one of the reasons I've heard that they classified the Honey Badger pistol as an SPR is because of the connection points. It uses 2 attachment points, whereas a typical brace uses just 1 buffer tube style attachment point. Have you guys heard about any of this? Ava, have you heard about this?
Yeah, I have. I've heard about it, but what's interesting is look at all the other guns that use the exact same type of brace. Even SB Tactical, they have their SB PDW, I believe, that has those 2 connection points. So it's very odd to me that they're just, they're picking the Honey Badger out of all these other guns that are on the market that have similar specs and similar calibers and braces, and they're just deciding that this specific gun is now classified as an SBR.
So when you say 2 connection points, are those the 2 rods that are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one adjusts. One of the first things I saw this on was the SIG Copperhead. It had the same style brace, and I think theirs is also separated more like the Q design toward the bottom, but it certainly doesn't give you a good feeling. Like when an agency wakes up one morning and starts to alter the way they've been enforcing something for years, you just have the gut feeling that someone somewhere made a concerted effort to do that. And what does that mean that we're up against as we try to navigate and or, push back against this?
Right. One thing that really surprised me is, and I'm not going to name any names here, but there's another company that licensed out the same brace that Q uses for their pistols. Haven't heard a word about that being classified as an SBR, so even though they're using exactly the same brace.
Probably the same injection molds that make each piece the same. So it makes you wonder, is there something about Q? Did Q irritate the ATF? Because Q apparently has a history of irritating certain people.
Yeah, and this actually came right out of Boston, as opposed to like the actual headquarters. It came from, ATF agents within Boston, which is weird because typically if there's a change in the, I don't want to say the law because they're not even qualified to change the law, but it's weird that it came, within Massachusetts, which is obviously right up the street from where Q's located.
It's a little bit alarming. I have seen, I'm in some groups with other FFL dealers, and there's discussions about compliance, and they will tell you the same topic, like 3 different dealers discussing, hey, I have this logbook issue, and I went to my IO, the person that inspects my compliance, and I asked this exact question, and sometimes you'll get 3 different answers, and so it's tough when interpretation of these regulations is being made not only sometimes at each individual local ATF office, but sometimes down to the individual agent themselves saying this is the law or the rule, when in fact that may not be the law's traditional interpretation or the way that it was even intended when it was put in place.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you've ever been, what is it called? When ATF shows up and they're like, hey, we're going to check your books.
Yeah, and the inspection, the audit.
Yeah, exactly. And it just really depends on that agent and what they think, what is acceptable or not. Because I've been in situations, not me specifically getting audited, but growing up, my parents owned a gun store, and I mean, we got a visit from ATF every year because of the amount of guns that they'd sell. And it just seemed like none of the agents were consistent in what they, asked of my parents to do. Yeah.
I mean, we have good relationships here locally, and I don't have any complaints, but you can definitely tell. It depends on how they feel about you. I know some other stores that take a sort of confrontational tone or approach or resistant approach, and they have a lot harder time than, we bring them in, and this is because how we treat everybody, but, we offer them something to drink. We give them a place to work. We make sure they have everything they need. And luckily we have a fairly, smooth experience, but it's unfortunate that not everyone does.
Right. They're going to be there whether you want them to or not. So might as well make it as pleasant as possible, and it'll be more simple as a result of that.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people, and Ava, I'm sure you get this too, like people who they don't have any skin in the game with the ATF. So they take this, well, every gun law is, a violation of the Second Amendment. Screw the ATF. And that's easy to say when you're not in the arena, when you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's there. I am a libertarian. I want to see maximum freedom for the individual, but I also want to be here to be in business for my customers. So I have to play the cards that I'm dealt when it comes to complying.
Yeah, absolutely. And also what people don't realize is a lot of these ATF agents are actually like on our side. I mean, I have quite a few friends that are ATF agents. I've gone shooting with them. They're into guns. They've even said like, hey, sometimes they do agree that, some of the things that are happening internally are a little ridiculous. So at the end of the day, we're all people.
Yeah.
And they're just, trying to do their job, and they think that they're doing it the best way that they can.
That is right. I mean, although we do need to try to keep in mind that, when the cards come down, whose side are they going to be on? So we need to limit their reach.
Yeah, and coming from a law enforcement background myself, there were things that I thought were the wrong policy that our department would do, and sometimes I would voice it. Sometimes I had to manage the risk for my own job security of, I have to deal with this as long as I want to be doing this job. And eventually, I decided to move on, partially for reasons of things that I just that weren't for me, and for other reasons. But I imagine it's the same way for ATF agents. They went into a career in law enforcement. They looked for a job. Here's a federal agency that, the pay is maybe better than they could get with a local agency, but they get there and they realize I don't agree with everything that is being done, but they have to decide, do I disagree enough that it's worth my livelihood or, taking a position? Because the higher up the chain you go, the more risk there is.
Yeah, and I don't know, I can't speak for that agency in particular, but I do know that when you sign a contract with the government, you are no longer, you don't have any individuality or liberty. You're now... you're forced by law, by mandate, to follow those rules, or you can be subject to prison time. At least that's the way it was in the military. So I can't say for sure whether or not the ATF or any other government agency make you abide by a similar rule. If you broke order at the police station, Eli, could you be subject to penalty?
Oh, yeah, either officially or sometimes just through your treatment, your opportunities for advancement, your assignments in terms of schedule. All of those things would have implications if you don't toe the party line, so to speak. And all of ours was minimal stuff. Obviously we weren't dealing with Ruby Ridge level disagreements with the ATF, but I wanted to sort of move on to, we've become fairly comfortable because there hasn't been a major gun ban in the United States for a few decades now. So is this the beginning of a wave of these types of bans? What happens if the ATF, rather than just interpreting it different, there's a literal change in the law that says these things are illegal? Or in the case of like the bump stock ban, just wake up one morning, executive order, what are you supposed to do with these that are in circulation? So when we get back, I want to talk with Ava about that. Like, what do we do if there's an onslaught of new restrictions? How do we respond as a gun community on the Gun Shop Show?
Buckle up, because belts just got better. With Core Essentials, the perfect fit every time. With 40-plus sizing positions. Styles for any situation. Whether in the boardroom, crushing sales and taking names. On your next adventure, in the great outdoors. Or when you're done for the day and ready to relax. Get your perfect fit with Core Essentials.
The High Winds Drifter.
Guns are like Halloween, scary at first, but eventually a lot of fun.
It's the finale of the All-American Gun Giveaway at High Winds Casino. Earn entries now and be at High Winds on Halloween night when 5 lucky players will win a rifle or shotgun from Henry and Browning and pick up their new gun from Liberty Tree Guns in Carthage. It's the All-American Gun Giveaway, only at High Winds Casino, just east of Miami on Highway 10.
It's fun to win a gun.
Land is everything to me. When I was born, I was brought home to the family farm, was raised, learned work ethic there, learned appreciation and respect for life and the land itself, and it just became second nature. I had to be there all the time. Whenever I wasn't on the land, I was not happy. But I learned to understand the land, learned to respect it, learned family values. My wife and I have bought a farm besides the one we live on, and it has just been a great investment, and it's been someplace that my son and I have shared the passion of hunting together, and land has been everything in my life. It has kind of kept me focused and gave me a place to be. It's kind of kept me grounded.
Listen here, Pilgrim. This here is the Gun Shop Show.
Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. Today we are discussing it's time to brace yourself. The ATF is coming. We talked a little bit in the first segment about what a AR pistol brace is and why you would want one. But I'd like to spend a little more time on the ATF in the letter to Q said that this gun is not a pistol, but rather a short-barreled rifle, or as we shorten it in the industry to SBR. So we should talk about why a person might want a pistol instead of an SBR, and we also need to cover the latest because there is a little bit of news in terms of the ATF's latest statement with Q. But let's start with Ava. Let's get your interpretation of why might someone want a AR pistol rather than an SBR?
I mean, in my opinion, like if you were to get an SBR, you would have to wait for it to get approved. You'd have to pay that $200 tax stamp, and it's just so much easier to have a pistol that with a brace.
Absolutely, and something that people don't realize too is that tax stamp is two-way. Mm-hmm. So the manufacturer pays $200 per each gun that's made, and then the recipient, the customer that wants to take that home, pays another $200 tax stamp. And so even if you don't see that first stamp, it's built into the price of your gun. The manufacturer has to pay it, so you're paying more out of the gate just simply because it's classified as an SBR. And then secondly, kind of in my opinion, if we think the NFA is a problem, we're feeding $400 into this beast that's just taking enforcement action against us. Mm-hmm. So the benefit of a pistol brace is you get a lot of the features of an SBR, shorter barrel, compactness, and for years we've been told that's a fine way to configure an AR-15 and shoot it.
I think another reason you'd want a pistol over an SBR is you get a lot more freedom with it. If you're wanting to cross state lines, go hunting with it, feel free to do it. You're no obligation against you to not do that. But if you have an SBR, you have to reach out to the ATF, ask them permission to cross state lines with that gun. Wait for them to get back with you in that permission before you can go hunt or do whatever you want across state lines.
What kind of time frame is that if you were to do that?
I'm not sure. Do you know, Ava?
I think it's like a month.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, let's talk about the ATF apparently has made at least one issuance of a statement since the initial cease and desist. What do you know about that, Ava?
The initial statement?
So I know they sent a cease and desist letter, and then Logan, you were telling me that they have suspended
60-day suspension.
Yep.
So are you familiar with that?
Yeah. Yeah, so they just submitted a letter saying that for 60 days we're basically in the clear until they, finalize their decision. So anybody who owns a honey badger is okay right now for the 60 days.
Now, does that mean, Ava, that if, let's say, a gun shop were to own one, they can start selling them again?
I honestly have no idea. And that's the problem, is just the vagueness with, with ATF, is they're not really giving us a lot of information.
And I don't think anybody could act with confidence that on any of those topics. Can an FFL sell one? Can you own one? Could Kevin at Q start making them again for these 60 days? I don't think anyone has a clear answer to whether or not any of that's a good idea. And the scary thing is, it's not just, we're not talking about a slap on the wrist or, it's not like a pesticide that like, oh, use it for this month and it might get banned. But we're talking about, if I have this on my property, I could go to prison theoretically. Yeah. And, I don't want to get all doom and gloom, but we've seen what happens in the instance of like Randy Weaver in Ruby Ridge when he committed. Granted, it was a lot of people would make the argument that he was entrapped into cutting the barrel shorter on a gun, but the ATF did a raid on his property and famously killed his wife and his dog. And I don't want to sound all conspiratorial, but we're talking about serious felonies here.
Mm-hmm.
What really stands out to me is just the timing of this whole thing. Elections coming up. Mm-hmm. Why would they choose to do it now? Especially with the suspension for 60 days. That's going to be after we have a new president elected.
I think the Q letter stated until a new administration comes in. That may not bode well for them.
And that seems like they're maybe hoping that someone else gets in that has a differing opinion that will side with them maybe and push this ban even farther.
Well, I'd say if you can get a justice through in a short amount of time, you can make some changes here as well in a short amount of time. There's no reason to wait.
Mm-hmm.
You're making 3 million plus potential criminals is a pretty significant impact.
Well, in the last episode, I said, where are you at, Trump administration? Because I took a little bit of heat years ago for saying, I don't know, this guy was born in New York City. He's not like you and I. He didn't grow up with guns. He doesn't have guns and that in his culture. Now, he's publicly said he's pro-Second Amendment, but here is low-hanging fruit. You're in charge of this agency.
Mm-hmm.
Issue a statement. Make your agents enforce it in the way that it has been, or in the way that there's never been an easier way to solidify your Second Amendment base than to just do this right now. What do you think about that, Ava?
Well, I do think that the timing is kind of it's interesting because when I talked to Alex from SB Tactical, he said that the leaders of ATF were basically chosen under the Obama administration. So a lot of them are anti-gun. They would love to see braces get taken off the market or, be classified as, now SBRs, or make the gun, classify as an SBR. So I can't help but think that, considering the timing, that they decided like, hey, we're going to throw this out there and frustrate the president's ability to get reelected, because we all saw what happened with the bump stocks, which obviously irritated a lot of people in the 2A community. I'm surprised that ATF actually gave them, they're saying that, okay, we're going to extend this 60 days until we come up with an answer, because this would be the perfect opportunity for them to, if it gets passed, obviously this is going to be the deciding factor whether people are going to vote for Trump again or not.
Right. And I want to point out that the acting director, I believe she is still, was appointed by William Barr. And also, there was something else I was going to say on that topic, and I spaced on you guys.
Here's another.
I remember what it was.
Yeah,
if in the stroke of the pen, the president can ban bump stocks, can he not go the other way with regards to this brace?
I absolutely think he could, but an interesting tactic might be, if that theory shapes up, that maybe there's elements within the ATF that want to see this be the future, where we make this ban, then start implementing it now, so that when we drop the hammer after the election, say Biden wins and we ban these outright and you've got to destroy them or turn them in or whatever, then you can say, hey, look, this started under the Trump administration. In the same way now, they're doing that with the immigration issue. Well, the kids in cages thing started under Obama, so it's not wrong, or whatever the case is.
Passing the buck.
Yeah, and this just plants the seed to say, oh, well, this was happening prior to the change in administration.
Right, and I think if Biden wins, we're in a little hotter water than we would be if Trump succeeds again, due to the fact that the Democratic National Convention wants to outlaw online firearm sales, online gun e-commerce sales.
That's their platform, and they want to turn tons of accessories into NFA items, including high-capacity magazines. So can you imagine a 30-round mag being considered an NFA item?
You have to get a $200 tax stamp for a magazine.
Well, I mean, what's it going to cost whenever they got to have a $200 tax stamp just to manufacture that thing?
Right.
Good night.
Ava, I want to make sure we leave enough time. Folks can find you at gunfunny.com, but there's other things that you offer. Remind us where they can reach out to you for the different things that you do.
Okay. Well, I'm also a firearms instructor. So if you're in Colorado, specifically Colorado Springs, you can find me at elitefirearmsandtraining.com. I'm also on Instagram, Ava, AVA, F as in Frank, LANELL _ or also Gun Funny Podcast. And thanks again, guys, for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully, they said that the Trump administration is looking into this. So hopefully something is done before the elections.
I'll tell you, it'd be a way to win some points with me. But Ava, it's always a joy to have you on the show. We are listeners and fans of Gun Funny Podcast, and we recommend that all of our fans that we know if they follow our show, they're going to enjoy your show. In fact, they might enjoy your show so much that
drop our show.
They drop us.
Listening to you all
That's a risk we're willing to take. But as always, it's great to have you on, and thanks for your insight into this issue.
Absolutely. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Coming up next on the Gun Shop Show, we're going to be joined by the owner of Osman Armory, and he's got a really cool niche in the AR world, and he is the only manufacturer that I know of that builds an AR-15 that takes MP5 magazines. So,
and if you're watching on TV, this is the last hour. This is the last segment on TV. So go over and switch over to Facebook at libertytreeguns.com and catch us live.
Hey, you know what makes this, the Gun Shop Show, possible? It's people who believe in the show. And someone who has believed in the show from the very beginning is my good friend Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply. Here's a message from Chris.
Guys, my name's Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply, and I just want to take a few seconds here to let you know that we are going to be proud sponsors of the Gun Shop Show, and we appreciate everything that them guys are doing over there, and we just want to show them our support. Thank you.
So whether you have 2 chickens or 2,000 acres, Chris is your man. Give him a call. I guess that's pretty much the ad.
Whitehead Farm Supply.
Seriously?
Always.
Commercial idea for net fishes. I walk into the commercial director, we'll call him's office. I say to him, "Hey, how's it going?" He replies, "Good. We got your commercial ready to go. Are you ready to listen?" "Yeah, but before I do, I have an idea I want to float by you." He says, "Okay," a bit sarcastically. And I say, "All right." And I clear my throat and I start singing this song, something similar. Net fishes, we're all really good friends, hanging out and stuff, and having memories to talk about when we were young. It's net fishes. And I say the business name wrong, like fish nets. He replies, "That's terrible. And you didn't even say the right business name at the end. It's your business." Then it cuts to Nap fishes, where we can all be friends. And commercial.
This just in. Huge cave found beneath the heart of the city. Spelunkers shared tales of an underground cavern system in Carthage, Missouri. Locals report the entrance to be at 10th and Garrison.
Cave Gang Pizza. Stop in and enjoy wings, wood-fire pizza made with local ingredients, and our full bar. Bring the whole gang and uncover a legend.
People are always asking me, Eli, you seem to get the best deals on things. What is your secret?
Glory actions and estate sales.
Trevor, I appreciate you jingling, but I have to say the ad part first because people need to know about the company.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to do it.
And then also, it's it's covering up my face. So
right.
just get a picture like from their Facebook page because that's the best place, and then just put it right up here where the Gun Shop Show logo is. Okay.
All right. I'll do better this
time.
Then
so let me finish the ad, and then you can jingle. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the best place to go is their Facebook page.
Oh, glory actions and estate sales.
You know what? Fine. I'll just move in between the graphics and finish telling people that the best place to find out when
Old Glory actions and estate sales. I think I got it that time, man.
Hey folks, I had to learn the hard way that a good home inspection makes a difference when you're buying a home. Our new sponsor, All Points Inspections, can provide just that. Here's a message from Corey from All Points Inspections.
Hey guys, Corey Hines here, owner of All Points Inspections. Up on a roof right now, currently doing a roof inspection, checking for leaks. But I am excited to announce that I am a new sponsor with the Gun Shop Show. Those guys are awesome over there. It's been kind of a Saturday morning routine for me now to join in on the conversations. Just a bunch of good group of guys all around, followers, watchers. Check them out. If you guys need home inspections, give me a call. 417-439-9229. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Eli at Liberty Tree Guns here at 530 West Fur Road in Carthage, Missouri, and I want to show you a gun collection that we just bought from an individual. A little bit of everything in this one. We wrote a check for 22 guns. Got some newer lever guns, cool Henry Silver Boy, some older shotguns. This is a cool old 410 double barrel. This was a good mix. There was some newer type stuff, some old stuff here, some black powder, some cool Colt, black powder revolvers, newer Rugers, Mark IIIs, PMR 30, Taurus Judge, couple of Taurus revolvers, got a long slide 1911 right here, and then got this cool Llama 45. We just sold the sister to that gun in 38 Super. This particular individual, this was half the collection that we bought from him. And so I just want to remind you that we pay top dollar for entire collection, so we'll buy one gun or 100 from you, and we can offer consignment where we sort of establish what these guns are worth and we pay you out when they sell. Or in the case of this one, we offered consignment, we discussed it, and then we offered a cash price, which was a little bit less than the consignment settlement price, but it's quick. It was one check and we paid those all out to this individual. And probably the biggest, baddest, coolest one of the whole mix was this Bushmaster BA 50. So we have everything from little antique 22s to 50 cals in this one collection. I want to remind you that we'd love a chance to buy your collection. Find us at libertytreeguns.com or here on Fur Road in Carthage, Missouri. See you soon.
Hey all, it's Mel with Pro Outfitters. Once again, I'm on the go, but I always make time for the Gun Shop Show.
The Gun gun shop show, the gun shop show. What is it? We don't know. The gun shop show, the gun shop show. Here we go, it's the gun shop show.
Welcome back. It's your favorite program about guns, and we are your friends in the gun business here at Liberty Tree Guns. And I want to remind you really quickly to share the feed and tag 5 friends. That does a couple things. It helps us spread the word of this pro-Second Amendment show that we all have come to enjoy every week. But more importantly, it gets you entered to win. And we're talking this one show. We're going to give away a $100 gift card to Liberty Tree Guns.
More free money?
More free.
That's so kind.
And your chance to win is only up against the other people who share this very episode and tag 5 friends. So that is very easy. And if you're listening on the radio and you think, what is he talking about?
Yeah, what is the internet?
Yeah, just go to the internet, go to Facebook, go to Liberty Tree Guns page where you will find us live. And so if you're only hearing this, you will then be able to see it, and you'll also be able to click share, tag 5 friends, spread the word of the show.
One quick note on that, Eli. They got to come back the next week to find out if they win.
Yep, that's important because you want to know if you won.
I want to know.
I'm very excited about our next guest. We're joined by Josh Osman, who is the owner of one of my favorite little gun manufacturers that has a really cool, unique product, and that is Osman Armory. Josh, your niche is you are the only manufacturer that I know of that uses MP5 mags, so it's a 9mm AR that takes MP5 magazines.
Yep, that's correct. This is our AR MP5.
And so it looks like a normal AR pistol, but the most iconic, unique-looking thing is as that magazine comes out of the gun, instead of being a Glock mag or being, on a 5.56 or traditional mag, you've got that curved, classic MP5 metal magazine. And so for people that just aren't into Glock mags or for MP5 owners that want to build on that platform, they've already got a big pile of mags. This is a really cool niche for that customer.
Well, I have a question because I don't understand what the retrofitting is. Can you explain that to me like I'm 5?
Of course.
The retrofitting it's in the lower receiver and the upper receiver. It's a 9mm lower that's basically been machined to accept MP5 magazines versus your Glock magazines.
Okay.
So in a standard Glock lower, the magazine release is going to interface with a certain notch on that magazine that allows it to pop in and out. It's also going to have the right depth and specifications for that to go up in there and lock and feed properly. This is designed to do that with MP5 mags, which makes it unique. It really has a cool look. Josh, Osman Armory is actually fairly close to our neck of the woods, which is how I got hooked up with you.
Yep.
But you are kind of a craft builder. People can buy in stock guns when you have them, or you can build it to their specs. So I imagine, like most of us in the gun industry, this has been a busy year for you.
Very busy. So much we've sold out multiple times and had to go back to manufacturing and coding, and it kind of gets time consuming. But yeah, we really started out just building a bunch of just ARs, like just a stock AR, and we built a bunch of them, and it slowly turned into something where we would get customers call and be like, hey, can you build me this with this link barrel? Can you build me this? Can you build me this? And it's like, yeah, we can build you that. Yeah, we can build you that. We can do that. We can build you a 458 Silicon. We can build you a 6.5 Grendel, and that's really what it turned into.
And so
custom guns.
Follow the money, man.
Yeah. And during that process, at some point, you saw, hey, there's not really anyone filling this need or this interesting twist on the AR of using the MP5 mags.
Yep, that's right. And I think they look great. I like the way they look over a Glock mag AR9. just the curved AR-MP5 mag just looks sleek.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
kind of
does.
got that classic look to it, almost AK-ish.
And you can, when you see this on the shelf, and that's what helps sell it. We sold some because we stock when they're available. We stock Osmond Armory products. That's exactly what happened. So one of the two we sold, a customer came in and he already was an MP5 fan and he wanted one for that reason. The other customer was looking along the shelf and he said, "What is that?" Because he saw that magazine and we explained it. He's like, "I'm into that." And that's already a proven magazine design. People trust it. So the interesting thing is mashing up these two platforms. And it's been obviously a worthwhile endeavor for you.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the things that one of the main reasons I wanted to have you on, though, is the guns that you manufacture are fitted with a pistol brace, at least the pistol version. So
yeah,
the one that we have here has a pistol brace.
Yep. This has the SB Tactical SB A3 brace.
And we've seen, and I'm sure you've heard recently, a cease and desist letter issued to Q Firearms.
Yep.
And there are folks who speculate this may be the rumblings of something bigger.
Absolutely.
So tell me, how would it affect your business if you were to receive a similar type letter?
We obviously couldn't manufacture AR pistols anymore, which would be kind of a devastating blow because that's one of our main firearms we sell is pistols.
I know you don't have numbers in front of you, but gut feeling, what percentage over this last busy year of, let's only count MP5 versions of ARs. I know you build other things, but what percentage of those would you say are fitted with a pistol brace?
These MP5s, 100% of every AR MP5 we built is a pistol.
So you don't even build a MP5 rifle.
We could, but we just haven't had any requests for it.
So that proves that proves how important to the industry from a consumer demand aspect. You could, if a customer asked you for that tomorrow, you would build them a rifle.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're not. They're asking for pistols. So that's what you're building. That's what you're producing and stocking. So theoretically, if they were to tell you that this is illegal, it's a felony for you to build them this way. It's a felony for anyone who owns one. This would potentially destroy your business.
Yes, it very well could. I mean, our AR pistol line and our AR9 pistol line is probably 80% of sales. I mean, it's popular. I mean, that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants a little compact gun they can put in their truck, they can protect their home with, they can take the 3-gun competitions with, and they want a cool-looking gun. So that's what we do.
I'm not a doom and gloomer, so I think there's still hope here that that's not going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully not.
But I hope that we as a community can come together to, defend each other in this aspect, whether we're talking legally, whether we're talking in the court of public opinion. I want to see Osmond Armory live on and serve its customers who want this product. And it's silly because a pistol brace does not make this gun anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't change the function of it at all.
Not at all.
The argument could be made that a pistol brace is less convenient than a shoulder stock.
I think you could probably make the argument that it makes it more accurate as well and less likely to miss your target.
And so would be such an unfortunate thing. Josh, is there anything else in this space you want to communicate to Gun Shop Show listeners?
I was looking at some numbers last night of SB Tactical, and they mainly manufacture pistol braces. From the information I could gather, there has been 3.5 million pistol braces sold, and around 1.5 million still in circulation at gun shops. So, I mean, if they did rule these pistol braces illegal, I mean, where would that leave those 5 million customers?
Yeah.
I mean, they would basically turn into felons overnight if they didn't register their AR pistol as an SBR with the NFA.
And obviously that's problematic from, you can't have a free society where you're retroactively turning law-abiding citizens into criminals en masse.
Right.
The question I have is, if they were to do that, how is that making anyone safer?
It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really not. How many crimes are being committed with AR pistols compared to any other gun?
Super minimal, I'm sure.
Minimum.
Exactly. So all this is doing is putting more money in the ATF's pocket.
Right. I mean, it's either a cash
as far
grab
as I can tell,
or a political move or all of the above.
So our listeners can go to, is it osmondarmory.com?
We're doing maintenance and we're updating our website right now. So the best place to reach us is through our Facebook page, Osmond Armory on Facebook.
So go there. They can inquire about lead times if they want to get a custom build. And there are times when you build for stock, right?
Yeah, there are times like, a lot of times it's really for like gun shops. A gun shop will have an order and they'll want just standard pistols or standard rifles.
Well, I don't normally do business live on the show, but I want to tell you to go ahead and put me down for 3 Osmond Armory MP5 AR pistols. And the next time you have all the materials to build those, build some for Liberty Tree Guns. We are proud to have them on our shelves, and what a cool offering.
Yeah.
I'd love to go out to the range with that thing, man.
Pretty sweet.
Yep. And one thing about our firearms, they come with a lifetime warranty.
Oh, awesome.
Out of all the firearms that we manufactured, one has came back for warranty work, and it was something that happened in shipping, and a 2-minute fix.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back on the Gun Shop Show.
Kids are curious by nature. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home by doing these simple tasks. Consider gun locks and/or gun safes for storage of firearms. Don't leave your guns unattended where children could reach them. Discuss with your children the rules of firearm safety. Sign your kids up for hunter safety classes. Firearm safety in the household is your responsibility. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home. For more information, visit jaspercountysheriff.org.
The Gun Shop Show costs money to make, and the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by pecans and cheese. Not really. Actually, we didn't have any sponsors for this segment, and so I decided that I would take a snack break, and also, I decided if you guys are tired of listening to me eat cheese and nuts, that you need to buy an ad. So, from now on, if our ad sponsorships don't sell out, you're going to have to listen to me eat nuts and cheese. In order to sponsor the Gun Shop Show, send us an email at thegunshopshow@gmail.com.
Next week, chips.
Hey, Adam and Lauren. Thanks for jumping on here so we can make an ad for the show.
Yeah, absolutely. We're huge Second Amendment advocates and big supporters of Liberty Tree and the Gun Shop Show.
All right, so for the ad, we're going to want to go over what you offer.
We do all the standard auto, home insurance, life insurance.
We also do a lot of rental property, whether that be commercial rental or residential, duplexes, apartment complexes, single-family dwellings. And we have specialty policies for all your firearms.
Well, you have commercial coverage on my rental properties, so we can put that in the ad too. And I was thinking that we'll talk about how you're big supporters of the store and how you come in the store pretty much every day on your lunch break and buy guns.
Maybe don't mention the everyday thing because my wife does watch the show, but we've been known to come in occasionally.
Every once in a while.
All right, guys, I think that we have everything we need to make an ad, so once I get it done, I'll give you guys a holler to check it out. Trevor, don't put it in the ad, but those guys are in here literally every day on their lunch break.
The High Winds Drifter.
Guns are like Halloween, scary at first, but eventually a lot of fun.
It's the finale of the All-American Gun Giveaway at High Winds Casino. Earn entries now and be at High Winds on Halloween night when 5 lucky players will win a rifle or shotgun from Henry and Browning and pick up their new gun from Liberty Tree Guns in Carthage. It's the All-American Gun Giveaway, only at High Winds Casino, just east of Miami on Highway 10.
It's fun to win a gun.
The Gun Shop Show, brought to you by little old ladies. They're little and they're old. They're little old ladies. Welcome back to the Gun Shop Show. I don't know about you guys, but I have fun on this show.
I do too, man. I like talking to new people and talking to old friends. I mean, I don't know if Ava is technically an old friend yet, but we're getting that
Starting
way.
to feel like it,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
And everywhere I go, especially locally, people are like, "Hey, I love the show," which is obviously a great thing. But
Absolutely.
Pretty
we're,
awesome.
We're picking up people all over
Heck
the
yeah, man.
country.
Heck yeah. We got people joining in our various streams of the show.
Yeah, they're going and getting cool stuff like this Liberty Tree Guns hat, which we gave and are giving you the opportunity to go to libertytreeguns.com and go to the merch section and get that absolutely.
Yeah, that is correct. They're the ones that are listed for $0. That's how you know they're free.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
That much.
Also, we got some pretty sweet Gun Shop Show shirts on there.
Yeah.
With the
Look at
classic Gun Shop Show logo.
I decided to wear my High Winds Casino All-American Gun Giveaway shirt today, but just so I wouldn't be out of the loop.
Nope, there you go, man. Put it on
that.
like a bib. We should get Gun Shop Show bibs.
Aprons. Because I like to cook a lot.
You know,
yeah.
You know what? I just thought of a T-shirt idea.
What's that?
That would be actually very helpful for me. I would wear it to restaurants.
Yeah.
Just a T-shirt that says, "I'm gonna need extra napkins."
With stains on it.
Yeah, you bring me a giant basket of chips and a big tub of salsa, and you bring me one napkin. I'm like, this is gonna last me one chip.
Well, that's just because you're not doing it right, bro. You need to use the other chips as napkins, edible napkins. You just scrape the stuff off onto your edible napkin. Are you out? Are you out?
My
on that?
issue.
It goes into the beard,
It's
bro.
the beard.
yeah.
You can't.
It really is.
If it
I
was
have
a
the same
shirt,
issue.
if it was a shirt,
I don't have much of that problem.
Yeah, we know.
Anyway, here's the Gun Shop Show shirt. So this is
classic.
something we haven't really plugged.
No.
Okay? This is an actual Gun Shop Show itself shirt.
And that yellow is vibrant too, by the way. Let's put that up in the big screen.
Yeah,
that looks good.
Got that Liberty Tree logo on the shoulder, so we're representing.
So that logo that you see, in the intro and everything, you can get it on a T-shirt. And
show your support.
That's available at libertytreeguns.com.
Yes, it is.
Is it available
it's
at
in the merch section?
thegunshopshow.com?
Not yet, no.
But it will be.
It will be.
Yeah, we need to get that up and going, guys. Let's
there are other things that you can find at at gunshopshow.com, including you can become a sponsor there.
That's right.
You can check out what platforms we're on, which is many.
Yeah,
you can watch
all the platforms pretty much.
Pretty much
major
all the
ones.
platforms. All the big ones anyway.
Yeah, and also if you're a station and you want to carry this awesome show in your area, you can submit a little form there that says, "Hey, I want to do the Gun Shop Show with you guys."
And then we'll review the form and go.
Yeah, I mean it goes through a rigorous process of will they or won't they?
Oh yeah, that's it.
And then
that's a good point right there.
Yeah, they say they checked yes.
Yeah.
One thing I think that we should not neglect, since we're talking about brace yourself, the ATF may or may not be coming. And I just don't. I generally don't play into getting too fearful, but I don't have a great feeling on pistol braces.
Yeah. Well, if they've been
don't
talking
either.
about it for years now, and now this is happening.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to point out that we had a dispute a couple years ago. The ATF put out a statement that pistol braces, and just to reiterate what we covered in the first segment, of an AR pistol brace is something that, according to its intended use by the manufacturer, is you're to grip a gun with no shoulder stock, and then the brace comes back and gives you an attachment point on your arm for
it's got to be for stability, right?
Yeah. But the truth is, everyone knows that they get pulled up to a shoulder.
Yeah.
So that's how everyone's using it. They're not. Nobody's putting it on their wrist.
Well, I mean, it's certainly not anything that looks comfortable.
It's really not.
No, it's not. So a couple of years ago, and that's a rough estimate, I don't know exactly when, the ATF put out a statement and said pistol braces are okay unless you shoulder it, and then it's illegal. And everybody started freaking out because it's like, if I'm at a shooting range and I'm seen doing this, which is the way that everyone shoots an AR pistol, just to be honest.
Of course. It makes the most sense.
Am I committing a felony? And I was somewhat facetiously, but also to make a point, saying, what if I did this?
You breaking laws, bro. 10 grand, 10 years in jail.
Dude, you're a felon.
Criminal.
Right
so
criminal.
I've got a Ruger handgun, and I've just got the back of it backed up to my shoulder.
That is a felon.
And so that was my argument. Like, okay, this is a pistol, but you're saying, depending on how I'm holding it, it is now a felony.
Now you're not a criminal anymore, bro.
Yeah.
You should let's A/B test it.
Yeah,
let's A/B test it.
All right.
Not a criminal. Criminal.
Oh my
criminal.
gosh.
Not a
No,
criminal.
not a criminal.
Not a criminal.
Oh my gosh.
Criminal.
No.
Not a criminal.
No.
Criminal.
Oh my God.
Criminal.
Left-handed criminal.
No,
That's crazy.
Yep.
Oh
Criminal.
my
He's an
gosh.
ambidextrous criminal, guys.
But am I smooth?
I think you're good.
I think you need to go a little.
Remember
further
that
to the
classic
left.
song? Annie, are you Oakley?
Yep.
Are you Oakley?
I do remember that
Are
one.
you
It's number
Oakley,
one hit
Annie?
twice by two different acts.
Yeah, we should look that one up soon.
The better version or the gun shop show? Did that go how you had planned it? Version.
Yeah, one of our affiliates was like, Did that go how you envisioned
Did you
it
mean
going?
to do that?
Like, don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah.
This is our
We
product.
got this.
This is our deal.
Anyway, long story short, ATF came out and said, all right, we can't tell you how you can hold something. And it's either illegal to exist that way or it's not. And they ruled that it wasn't. So
You
it's
know
okay.
what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that Key and Peele episode with the player on the field that keeps doing something that is illegal on the field, and the ref is like standing right behind him.
Excessive celebration.
Yeah.
With the flag.
Waiting
He's
for
doing-
him.
yeah.
Like, I just imagine every citizen gets their own ATF agent deployed to watch.
They're doing their his celebration thrust or whatever. He gets 3, and he's like on that third one, and he's like, and they blow the whistle.
And
That's
so
what
it
it
would be
feels
like
like.
that. They would be like,
It would be if you're like,
yeah.
Infraction.
felon.
But then you go to prison.
Yeah.
That's the non-funny
That's when the
part.
handcuffs come out.
That's the non-funny part of this.
It's alarming to me that this is acceptable at all by anybody, regardless of party. You take politics completely out of the picture on this, and it's an issue that our government agencies have so much power that they can just
It's a
like
problem.
that,
Yeah.
like that. What happened to democracy? That's not democracy.
It's an unfortunate in what should be the freest country in the world that we're having to have this discussion, and it's like we're playing with this microcosm of a factoid and not backing up and saying, is this whole thing not ridiculous?
Right.
You
Well,
know?
I want to point out that we are able to speak about this without any threat of imprisonment, so we are still free.
It's better than North Korea.
We got to start yelling a little louder, folks.
Yeah, we're going to be yelling louder when we get back from the break right here on the Gun Shop Show.
It's been a pleasure over the last 18 months serving both the Mount Vernon and the Carthage community with all their wireless needs, whether that's small business or keeping your family connected. Visit us at 100 George E. Phelps Boulevard, Carthage, Missouri, or 417-317-6342.
If you need a simple upgrade, to add a line, or need help with a plan change, come by and let one of our representatives help you out. Our Mount Vernon location is located at 318 West Mount Vernon Boulevard. Our phone number is 417-737-9669, or you can visit our Facebook page at Verizon Wireless Mount Vernon.
We have all the accessories for your favorite models, such as the S20 Ultra, maybe it's the 11 Pro Max, or the Google Pixel 4.
For just a simple plan change, an upgrade, or to add a new line to your account, stop by one of our convenient locations or check us out on social media. To get connected or stay connected to Verizon Wireless, the nation's best network.
Thank you.
We will see you soon.
Hey everybody, Eli here, and I'm really excited to tell you that the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by one of my favorite places on earth. Located here in my hometown of Carthage on the beautiful historic square, the Emporium on the square, and the Woodshed. It's a art gallery, an event center, a gift shop. They have art classes, and there's very unique Americana artwork from famous artists like Andy Thomas. They handle a lot of his original framing. Just has this incredible old school vibe, and you can feel the history coming through. Have to check out the art gallery, but then as you work your way to the back, my favorite part, the Woodshed, had a lot of great meals in here. They've got burgers. I love their catfish. Excellent. Chicken and waffles even. It's incredible. And it's also a music venue, so we got to see my favorite band of all time, the Ben Miller Band. Ceiling was literally raining down. They were rocking so hard. But the best thing, owned by one of my favorite people on earth, that's Cherry Babcock. Check out the Emporium on the Square and the Woodshed. Hey podcast listeners and live stream viewers, I wanted to let you know that the Gun Shop Show is made possible by our friends at Mid-America RV. Being in the customer service industry, I have a really high standard for how customers are treated. Mid-America RV does it right. I've got my RV through their dealership and I've taken it all over the country. We made it to South Padre Island. We've gone to Colorado several times. And if you've ever owned an RV, you know there's a lot that comes with it. So who you get it from matters, and it's extremely important that you have support after the sale. They're located just outside of Carthage. They have a really vast inventory, and they are home of, I believe they call it a forever warranty. So I urge you, if you're in the market for one, to check them out. It's a really fun and can be very affordable way to get your trips in. So visit them at midamericarv.com. We appreciate their support of the Gun Shop Show. If you're in the market for a travel trailer or fifth wheel, check out Mid-America RV.
Land is everything to me. When I was born, I was brought home to the family farm, was raised, learned work ethic there, learned appreciation and respect for life and the land itself, and it just became second nature. I had to be there all the time. Whenever I wasn't on the land, I was not happy. But I learned to understand the land, learned to respect it, learned family values. My wife and I have bought a farm besides the one we live on, and it has just been a great investment, and it's been someplace that my son and I have shared the passion of hunting together, and land has been everything in my life. It has kind of kept me focused and gave me a place to be. It's kind of kept me grounded.
Hey, you know what makes this, the Gun Shop Show, possible? It's people who believe in the show. And someone who has believed in the show from the very beginning is my good friend Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply. Here's a message from Chris.
Guys, my name's Chris Chapman, owner of Whitehead Farm Supply, and I just want to take a few seconds here to let you know that we are going to be proud sponsors of the Gun Shop Show, and we appreciate everything that them guys are doing over there, and we just want to show them our support. Thank you.
So whether you have 2 chickens or 2,000 acres, Chris is your man. Give him a call. I guess that's pretty much the ad.
Whitehead Farm Supply.
Seriously? All right, we are back on the Gun Shop Show. We've only sold one of the guns off of my background today so far, so
there's still more show left.
There's
man.
more show. Eventually,
True.
That's how fast stuff's selling. Is eventually by the end of the show, there's just one gun left on the wall. Sometimes things sell in the store or on libertytreeguns.com literally while the show is ongoing.
Oh yeah, we've had to pull them off the backboard while we're filming. I'm pretty sure.
Happens all the time.
It's a distraction when one of our salesmen's looks like they're looking through my forehead, and I'm like, "What do you need?" And they're like, "I need that 6.5 Grendel."
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to remind you that it's important as an armed person to have a plan for legal defense if you should have to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that brings me to something that I want to share with you. This is just one example of someone who acted in self-defense, who unfortunately had an aggressive neighbor. Trevor, can you please roll that video?
That way, he never flinched. He went for his pockets, and when he went for his pockets, I thought my heart was going to stop. I mean, Hi, my name's Jerry. The incident we're going to talk about took place in early March of 2017. Started back about 3 years ago. We had a fella in the neighborhood that nobody really knew. We weren't familiar with him, and he was pretty regular about speeding up and down the street. It escalated into more speeding, threats. He chunked some rocks up into the yard and broke my windshield in my truck, and it escalated from that into death threats. And he was constantly chirping about how he was gonna end it, and he was gonna kill so-and-so, he was going to kill me, and it was all chirping. The day of the confrontation, I was leaving the neighborhood and heading to a meeting downtown Fort Worth. It was a beautiful day. I had my windows down. I was in my Suburban. As I was heading out, just about to leave my neighborhood, this guy comes into the neighborhood, sees me coming out, pulls into my lane, causes me to stop, and then he kind of cut at an angle in front of me and jumped out of his truck and ran at the side of my Suburban, saying, "Today's the day you're going to die. He's going to end it." He comes over and he's slamming his hands up against the side of my vehicle, my truck. But he's screaming at me, telling me he's going to kill me. He's going to end it. This is the day I'm going to die. He reaches in to try and open up my door. I grab my weapon. I put my weapon right at his chest at the window and told him to get back, told him to get the hell back. And he never did. He never moved. He never changed anything. He went for his pockets, shuffling into his pockets, and he pulls out his cell phone. I drove off around and called 911 before I got to the end of my street. Yeah, I've carried a weapon for pretty near 20 years, and I've never had to pull my weapon out. Now, I can tell you that when you do that, it's the emotions are incredible. You feel the flush come through your body because you just pulled a weapon on somebody. You're pointing a gun at somebody, and they don't move. And that's a whole nother. They didn't say, "Whoa, stop," like anybody that you'd think would do that, but he didn't act that way. He never flinched. He went for his pockets, and when he went for his pockets, I thought my heart was going to stop. I was actually told that if he would have pulled out a gun, he'd have shot me before I could have actually pulled the trigger, and that's pretty awakening. I contacted Texas LawShield and spoke with them and got a statement that I wrote, and I turned it in the following day. And it was subsequent to that I was told that I was going to be arrested for deadly conduct, and Texas LawShield stepped up to the plate, and they got in my corner and handled it from there.
Factually, the case was unique because Jerry never got out of his vehicle, but was still forced to pull his weapon and defend himself. And you don't see that often. Usually, a self-defense case, both people are outside the vehicle.
They ended up arresting me. Texas LawShield got me out in a matter of a very few hours. They called me on a regular basis and stayed in touch with me and kept me up to speed on what the progress was. But the delays took about 1.5 years before we got to trial.
Being this other person was the aggressor and Jerry never getting out of his vehicle, we explained and taught the potential jurors about the Castle Doctrine in the beginning of trial, argued it during trial, and then they were instructed on the Castle Doctrine at the end of the trial, and that's actually what they used and applied when they found him not guilty.
Everything was in line. We just told our story, and our story come out on top. It took the jury about 18 minutes to come back with a not guilty verdict, and it was a great feeling. We knew we were not guilty, but you still had to hear it to get it confirmed and to be told, and for the judge to come say you're completely a free man. You're going to be restored. That means a lot. That means a lot. If you're going to carry a weapon and get a CHL and be out there, you need to have US Texas LawShield in your back pocket, because if you go through this and you were to do it on your own, it really bankrupt you. I mean, there's a lot of time and money that you'd have to pull out of your pocket that these guys take care of and do for you. I mean, the support that's there when you have Texas LawShield in your back pocket, that comfort alone is, I'll never be without it.
All right, that's it.
I think people underestimate what it's like to have someone tell you that they are planning to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I always say that it's good to have been punched in the face at least once in your life.
Right.
To know it's possible, and to know that not everyone cares about you. But it's a whole nother thing to have someone tell you that their intent is to take your life. And that leads me to another point. We tend to have this misnomer as normal, honest, and decent people. We can't take on the mindset of a criminal. So we think if I pull out my gun, any logical person is going to run away.
Right.
But as someone who's had someone who threatened to kill me, and then when I responded with potential deadly force with my weapon drawn, they begged me, kill me. That's what I want. You understand, like, they're not afraid to hurt you because they're not even afraid to die.
Yeah.
So all bets are off. All you have is physically stopping someone in those moments. And if you've just gone through that, you may not be in the best mindset to make your argument, or you may be in the mindset to say something that appears incriminating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so important to have someone who can guide you through that process. US LawShield can do that. They are a legal defense prepaid program for your self-defense with no caps, no limits. They'll come in and defend you and help you through that process so that you don't have tens of thousands of attorney fees, or worse, be convicted and charged and potentially sentenced to something as serious as murder when you acted legitimately in self-defense. You can go to uslawshield.com, sign up. It's literally cheaper than Netflix. When you use the promo code LibertyTree, all one word, all lowercase, you get 2 months for free, and you get platinum protection, which keeps your rate from ever going up. And you will have a powerful program of Second Amendment defending, gun owning attorneys at your disposal forever with no limits. We'll be right back on the Gun Shop Show. Hey everyone, the Gun Shop Show is brought to you by Carthage Lock and Key. If you need anything to do with a lock or a key
to success.
Did they tell you to say that?
No, I just thought it sounded good.
They have a mobile service, so they can come to you and cut pretty much any kind of key.
To success!
Or if you lock your keys in your car.
Success!
I'm talking even security modern chip keys.
To success!
Trevor, could you just jingle the name of the business? Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it good this time.
So, with all of my properties and all of the needs I have, I trust
Carthage Lock and Key! To success!
Hey folks, I had to learn the hard way that a good home inspection makes a difference when you're buying a home. Our new sponsor, All Points Inspections, can provide just that. Here's a message from Corey from All Points Inspections.
Hey guys, Corey Hines here, owner of All Points Inspections. Up on a roof right now, currently doing a roof inspection, checking for leaks. But I am excited to announce that I am a new sponsor with the Gun Shop Show. Those guys are awesome over there. It's been kind of a Saturday morning routine for me now to join in on the conversations. Just a bunch of good group of guys all around, followers, watchers. Check them out. If you guys need home inspections, give me a call, 417-439-9229. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're back on the Gun Shop Show, and I don't want to run out of time. One of the things we love to do on the show is check the voicemail.
Yeah, let's get this voicemail checked. You ready to check this voicemail?
They call in.
Let's check it.
They just dial 208-918-1776, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the phone. We'll get ready to check the voicemail.
You're going to also want to grab that guitar, too. Also, Logan, you're in the band, and then, boom, you are back out of the band.
Oh, my God.
Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, we don't like to waste any time around here on the Gun Shop Show. Here goes my drum solo.
Was it not heavy?
I don't know what's up with it today, but it's super light.
Yeah.
And so...
Weird.
You can get the guitar ready. He's a guitar. You ready? And
all right, Logan, do you have your bass? And we're going to go. And one.
Well,
okay.
I actually just got kicked out.
Never mind. You're out of the band.
Okay.
And
Fair enough.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Are you ready to check the voicemail?
Woo! Wow, man, that was really good. We did a good job.
That was awesome. Smoky.
Yeah, smoky.
Fire extinguisher. And you're out. Let's check that voicemail.
Time to check the voicemail.
Any minute now, that voicemail.
Go ahead and play it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I noticed that the voicemail phone was really light today. Are you telling me there's none in there?
It appears as though it's empty, bro.
No, go ahead and play the first voicemail.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead and play it.
Yeah.
All right, caller. So
try clicking number 1.
Trevor, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and play the first one.
Yeah, go ahead and play it. I don't know. I guess it's empty. You know what?
Okay.
I guess you're going to have to call
208-918-1776
if you want to leave us a voicemail, which apparently you didn't this week.
I guess not.
And I want you guys to know.
I can call and leave a voicemail real quick.
We're only a little bit upset.
Do you want to answer my voicemail? Here, I'll call.
All right. Every year, I say...
Every year?
Don't wait to get prepared for
Armageddon
rifle season.
Oh, I see where this is
different
going.
direction than I thought we were going.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I will have, just taken a shower after dinner at 9 p.m. The day before opening season.
Yep.
And I get 17,000 private messages.
That's no joke.
Hey, man, you got any of that 243 ammo? Like they're going in the last waning minutes of daylight sometimes. They're going to go shad in their rifle.
You are.
Or they literally don't have any ammo. Or
you've done it before.
They want to trade in their rifle.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Shane, we're talking to you, Shane.
Because of course.
There's a Shane out there going
Shane.
How do they know it's me?
You all know what a Karen is. You all know what a Kyle is.
Yeah.
A Shane is the guy that does this with his deer rifle ammo.
Yeah, specific to the hunting season. That's why it doesn't start with a K.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We gonna fire up some stuff, bro?
I don't know if we even reached our point with what he was saying.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
We got off on the Shane's tangent.
With this year, unprecedented gun sales, here's the good news. I'm going to give you what Trevor calls kind of a compliment sandwich.
Get him.
But this isn't really a compliment. It's just a fact sandwich, okay?
Well, give him the
I'm going to give him
fact
good,
sandwich. Good fact, bad fact.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I'm interested to see how this goes.
I know what it is now.
Okay, the good news is of the shortage, bolt actions have not been affected nearly as much. So you still have a chance. The bad news. There's an unprecedented gun and ammo shortage. Okay? The good news is you still have time to get what you need for deer season.
When's deer season end?
I don't know the exact date.
I'm going to look it up.
When does it begin?
Why don't you look it up?
Sometime
Missouri
in
Firearms
November.
season to get those exact dates. And while you do that, Logan, I would like you to go ahead and fire up the Pro Outfitters mobile cam. And we're gonna go.
Ready.
We're gonna go mobile.
Oh, remote. Going mobs.
Going mobs.
There we go. Now we're mobile.
I'm so glad it became the Pro Outfitters mobile cam rather than Trevor's suggestion of Moby Dick.
It was mobile.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Mobile Richard. Moby Dick for short.
First of all, we should let our listeners know. I never suggested that.
But doesn't it sound like something he would suggest?
It does sound like something I would suggest.
I was going to sell it and people would have believed it.
I am a wholesome person. I never say anything risque. Trust me on that.
The name Richard. Like Dick Cheney, that's not risque.
No, it's not.
I mean, it is if you shoot someone in the face.
Right.
But that's not
right. Just don't go. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, we've talked about hunting and hunting for birds, and I cannot get past the fact that, like, somehow our vice president accidentally shot someone with him in the face. And I'm like, I don't want to be that guy.
I know. I've found out that my dentist got Dick Cheney'd in the face.
What?
Yeah, he has a little bit of lead shot in his face because he went hunting with some guys he didn't know who didn't follow good practices.
Man,
but we're neglecting right now
all these beautiful bolt action footage.
That is some beautiful bolt action footage. We're going to do one run down and one run back. But I would like... we ran into a Tim. So, guys, I'm going to be your eyeballs.
Timder.
But back up to the beginning of the line there where you started on that.
You should flip it and go the other way, Logan.
This is our last radio segment. Am I wrong?
I don't know what segment we're in. Let me go check.
Well,
Yeah, I'll do my job.
You're the segment guy.
Yes, it is. This is the last that will be on the radio. So.
Okay, so listen up. You're listening on News Talk KZRG or
KSCF.
Springfield's Talk 1041. You're going to want, when this segment ends, jump over to the Show Overdrive, which is on Facebook. Liberty Tree Guns is the page you're going to want. Look at that. Okay,
wow.
We are looking at a Ruger American. What caliber we got there? Can you zoom? That's got a beautiful
450
Bushmaster.
We got flipped.
That's okay. That's a 450 Bushmaster camouflage stock, which is a great brush caliber for this area.
I like the coating on the barrel of that.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Snazzy. That looks like a old kitchen floor from like 1980.
Was that a Christensen Arms? Yes, it is. So we got Christensen Arms, we got Remington 700s, we've got Ruger Americans, we've got CZs.
We got new, we got used.
We got Ruger number 1s, all of these things that you could take deer with. That is pretty impressive. Oh, I think I saw a Kimber rifle. Could we bounce back to any of those Kimber rifles? Kimber 84M. Some beautiful Kimber rifles. We are a Kimber master dealer. So pretty much any caliber. I know we have we happen to get an influx of some 35 Wheeling. guns. So we have 30-30s, 243s, 7mm .8s. These are all things that we have. So don't wait.
Much.
They're on the shelves. That doesn't mean that they're in stock at every supplier, and you can get whatever you want.
You got plenty of time because Firearms for deer season opens December 26, 2020 in Missouri and closes January 5th of 2021, according to the Missouri Department of Conservation's website.
Is that the second season? There's two.
Yeah. That's the Firearms alternative method. The archery season opens, it says 15 September to 13 November and 25 November. I don't understand what that means.
So you just mentioned the alternative only. There should be another Firearms season in November.
Antlerus. Oh, let me keep looking here. I didn't scroll down. Okay, Firearms November portion, November 14th to November 24th.
That's going to be the one, the meat and potatoes that everyone's going to go hunting in, is that window right there. Look at that, 22-250 ammo, looking at 6.5 Grendel. Let's see, I was skipped over 223, 30-06. These are all calibers that you're going to want to go ahead and get stocked up on. 7mm mag.
Get it all.
These are all things that you want and you need. The 280 Remington. I've told the story on the show before, but a guy I know killed 5 deer in one time with a 280 Remington
with
single
one
shot. No, it was multiple shots, but it was a single shot rifle.
I know, I was just kidding.
308. What else we have? This is just everything that you can
300 Win Mag
on the Pro Outfitters mobile cam. 444 Marlin. I think maybe this Marlin Dark is a 444, so 4570. All kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So
we've got financing options if you want to come in and get it today.
Get it financed, pay for it. It's 90 days interest free. Well, you can get approved. Not every person gets approved for the interest free, but a lot of them do.
If not,
so
throw that sucker on layaway.
We got that 90-day free layaway, no fees.
Now,
so come in.
I have a question about the alternative method seasons. Do you think that a strong chokehold counts? Like if I come out of a tree
that sounds
like
alternative.
a puma, like
hey Trevor,
choke it out.
I don't mean to stop you, but the clock seems to not be moving.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure we don't run over our time.
Yeah, we're at 11 minutes.
Which the segment is how long?
11 and a half minutes.
We got 30 seconds to say goodbye and come over to the Shover Drive.
We're probably going to want to wrap it super quick.
Okay. All right. Jump over to the Shover Drive with us. Shover Drive. Go to Facebook, type in Liberty Tree Guns. You'll see us live, and you can join in. You can share the feed. And if not, we'll see you next week on the Gun Shop Show.
Commercial idea for net fishes. I walk into the commercial director, we'll call him's office. I say to him, "Hey, how's it going?" He replies, "Good. We got your commercial ready to go. Are you ready to listen?" "Yeah, but before I do, I have an idea I want to float by you." He says, "Okay," a bit sarcastically. And I say, "All right." And I clear my throat and I start singing this song, something similar. Net fishes, we're all really good friends, hanging out and stuff, and having memories to talk about when we were young. Net fishes. And I say the business name wrong, like fish nets. He replies, "That's terrible. And you didn't even say the right business name at the end. It's your business." Then it cuts to fish snatches. Net fishes, where we can all be friends. In commercial.
Buckle up, because belts just got better. With Core Essentials, the perfect fit every time. With 40-plus sizing positions. Styles for any situation. Whether in the boardroom crushing sales and taking names, on your next adventure, in the great outdoors, or when you're done for the day and ready to relax. Get your perfect fit with Core Essentials.
Kids are curious by nature. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home by doing these simple tasks. Consider gun locks and/or gun safes for storage of firearms. Don't leave your guns unattended where children could reach them. Discuss with your children the rules of firearm safety. Sign your kids up for hunter safety classes. Firearm safety in the household is your responsibility. Do your part to prevent unwanted tragedy from striking in your home. For more information, visit JasperCountySheriff.org.
This just in. Huge cave found beneath the heart of the city. Spelunkers shared tales of an underground cavern system in Carthage, Missouri. Locals report the entrance to be at 10th and Garrison.
Cave Gang Pizza. Stop in and enjoy wings, wood-fire pizza made with local ingredients, and our full bar. Bring the whole gang and uncover a legend.
The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. What is it? We don't know. The Gun Shop Show, the Gun Shop Show. Here we go, it's the Gun Shop Show.
Welcome back. This is a show overdrive on your favorite gun podcast called The Gun Shop Show. We're your friends in the gun business. Sorry, guys.
I think we need to kick it up a notch, dude. I don't know if we're friends anymore. I'd say we're probably
besties.
Best friends.
Your best.
Yeah,
your
best
BFFs
friends.
in the gun business.
BFFs. We're going to hook you up. You know my name. My name's Trevor. We're good friends.
Yep. That would be an interesting thing to start putting that on our business cards instead of friends in the gun business. We're your BFFs in the gun business.
Well, the problem is going to be we're going to have to reprint them soon because it's going to escalate from there, and then we'll be super best friends.
Yeah, SBFFs.
And then roommates.
Yeah, right? And then we have a little falling out.
Yeah.
We're still cool, but there's things that irritate us about each other.
But then, just like every great rom-com, we come back, we redeem ourselves, and then we end
propose.
up getting married,
and
then we're your husbands in the gun business,
and then in the gun business. Yeah, it's all that in the gun business. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to cover. Oh, that's the new store.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Hey.
I get asked about
it. Yeah, tell me about it because I don't know anything about it.
Cover that new store.
So, the store had been a flea market for the long time.
Oh, I remember.
Gotcha.
And it has not been updated in a long time and was very...
That's a good expression.
Dated? Yeah, you probably said it right there. You're like,
that's pretty much all
everything was a shade of beigey cigarette smoke.
Right, I was going to say everything was a shade of nicotine.
Yeah. And it had that tile that your elementary school had on the floor.
Of course.
You all know the tile I'm talking about.
Yeah. I can imagine it. Let me see if I can find some.
Interestingly, it really doesn't matter. If you're alive today, this is the tile that was in your elementary school.
Oh, here it is, dude.
Flip over to it.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that on the screen for all
Let's
those.
go ahead and look at it.
Anyway.
Oh, it's asbestos tile, so that makes even gooder sense.
Yeah, even gooder.
Mm-hmm. But here, let's just look at some of it here so we can give the viewers an idea.
Yeah, let's look at some of that tile.
Yeah, so just imagine public school.
But kind
Blanco
of
trash.
Crappy. Yeah. Anyway, big undertaking. We tore all that up. And much to our pleasant surprise, the floors underneath, white maple hardwood floors.
Fancy. Just like a Fender guitar neck or a Browning T-bolt.
Don't ask her on a straight pull T-bolt knife.
I had an amazing idea that kind of extends from the Christmas sampler idea that I had.
Does anyone know that we're thinking about doing that?
I have not told anybody.
Yeah. Question mark?
Yeah.
We're going to do a Christmas album.
Yeah. But I thought...
Does Weir include me?
Yeah.
Oh.
It could. We can give you a shout and get you in there on the triangle.
We could be in the band.
And
we'll
then,
see.
And then anyway, so my idea extends into classic country songs or just classic songs in general. But we make gun versions out.
Yeah, I don't have any solid plans, but I was thinking Blame it all on my guns. I showed up with guns and ruined your non-gun affair.
That's a good first one, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's just spitballing.
Yeah.
It's just going to get better from there.
I like that.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you know, all those
like
people
it
that
a
are into
lot.
guns, they are going to play those tunes. Anyway, man, tell us about them floors.
So you pop up the tile, which is this building is about the same size as the one we have now.
Yeah.
Slightly larger if you count all the floor space.
What about the ceiling? How high are the ceilings?
They
in there?
are 14 feet.
Is that higher than the ceilings we have in here?
These are like 12 at the peak.
Okay.
So they're just a little bit taller than the highest part on this.
Cool.
So anyway, once you get all that tile up, and it's funny because, you know, the tile are only an eighth of an inch thick or so.
Yeah.
And you think, yeah, this is a big room. You don't think that you have somewhere around 4,000 to 5,000 pounds of tile, which I had to pay by the pound to dispose of it because it was asbestos based.
Yeah.
And it's not the really serious asbestos. The tile kind I'm just sharing with you what I learned, okay? It's called non-friable asbestos.
Is that why you prefaced it with that? I'm just telling you what I learned.
Yeah, because I realized I was getting ready to start talking about non-friable asbestos.
Oh, okay. Well, isn't asbestos a fire retardant material? Isn't that what it was used for?
What non-friable means it's not going to fray apart and get in your lungs and cause the old mesotheliomas.
Yeah, you don't want the mesothelioma.
Been there, done that. Not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
That's how they get you.
It's worse than ankylosing spondylitis.
Yeah, you don't want that either.
Which is a real disease.
Which causes a protuberance in the stomach.
Right.
Welcome to the Dr. Shop Show.
Yeah. I saw ads for drugs to treat ankylosing spondylitis, and I swear, I thought it was like an SNL skit of a fake disease. Doesn't it sound fake?
It does, but I need to ask, is it have anything to do with your ankles?
No, it's something to do with your back.
Oh, ankylocroscio what?
Ankylosing spondylitis. And I'm sorry if you have this disease, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's not his fault it sounds silly.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Ankylospondylitis.
And so I just thought, if I was going to make a skit of a fake drug commercial, it's, do you suffer from crippling ankylosing spondylitis?
Oh, man, this is bad. Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want it. Something to do with
Oh, dude, no. Well, we're making fun of the word, but, dude, this is like vertebrae getting fused together. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
I'm checking out on that.
Anyway, back to the friable asbestos situation. Once we got all that up and we got all that hauled off, then the floors are completely covered in black tar type material,
which I'm assuming was to help hold the tiles down.
Adhesive.
Yeah, it's called mastic, and it's black and nasty. So then every surface, my great help, and I will give them a shout out. I will wait till we're done with the project, but they've done a great job so far, and I anticipate them doing a great job all the way through the finish line. But they had to take grinders on hands and knees and remove all of this. So
yikes.
When people are like, you know, what's taking so long? This is a process that I don't have an exact time frame on.
Right, you didn't know what to expect when you opened Pandora's box of that stuff.
And when I could have just cleaned it up and moved in, right? But I said, I really want to make this have the feel that embodies what our store is all about.
Right.
So this is where it gets good. We did all of that. Then we sanded, and it looked so, I mean, just imagine a really pale piece of sanded wood, like no different than what a real white, brand new 2x4 would look like.
Yeah.
Nothing
Still
special.
looks fresh.
But did not look that impressive until in the last few days we put the poly down on it.
Yeah.
And now it went from that pale white paper look to the neck of a Fender guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the pieces are like, they have that curly maple effect. And it's just, for that to be the surface that all of this is going to go down on, is super exciting.
Well, I'm thinking if this floor is so immaculate, why don't we just do the show from laying on the floor with the cameras above us?
We'll do it. We'll do it at least one episode.
Genius.
Yeah, just laying down.
Genius.
I think that would be pretty crazy. You know,
You're about to be floored.
Yeah,
is what we could call it.
Yeah, I can't help but ask, man. We're like a buffer size Sanders. Do those not work for that project?
Not for the mastic removal. Once we got to just pure sanding, we were able to use the bigger one.
Yeah.
But that black tar bogs down that machinery so bad that's how we had to do it.
Well,
and
that sounds like a lot of tedious work.
it is. And on top of that, we had to tear down the plaster on the walls. But they're brick now. All of this is going to be awesome. We're going to have a bigger classroom than what we have right now.
Awesome.
It's going to have a new space to do the gun shop show.
Exciting.
So it's all exciting
Showers.
stuff.
Exciting.
It's going to be a shower.
Yeah.
For like baby and wedding showers and whatnots and who's what's.
Yes, exactly that. We're going to be
We're branching out into different things, right?
gun themed bridal showers.
Yeah.
Here's story of the floor. It reminds me, I one time used to work in the I'll say the vinyl business because that's what this story is about, but a buddy of mine, he owns a sign business, and he had to pink out the entire front of a car dealership, which means he took vinyl and he covered the entire face of one. So the next car dealership you go to, whether it's like a name brand one like Chevrolet, just imagine the entire thing covered in vinyl. Well, it goes on great. But when you take it off and it's cold and it's wet, you get to take off maybe an inch by inch square at a time.
Oh.
It does not want to come off. So like you start pulling and like everyone's a little tiny championship every time you get a little further than the last one. And I imagine that's what your floor was like.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit at a time.
I've pulled those decals off too, and like you fight with it. Then you get it like, you think, oh, here's the piece where I'm gonna get
yeah, right. This is where I get it.
And then it rips off. It's only like a half inch longer.
You
than the other pieces.
You guys ever put glue in your hand and let it dry and then try to peel off the biggest piece you can?
I think that's reserved for people with developmental disabilities. Did you
sweet.
eat it after that?
No, I was just asking
He's like,
you guys.
cool,
I've never messed with it.
You never? Did you eat the paste when you got done?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Actually, yeah, I have done that, and it's kind of the same thing as that. In fact, I remember this kid. His name is Kevin Cutbirth, and I'm sorry for diming you out.
Too late now.
I went to school with him, and he covered his whole face with paste.
Oh
and then
my!
he's like,
oh my! What do you think that did for his skin?
It was probably just
his complexion.
Women do that on purpose,
right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, what do you think the chances are that Elmer's glue could be multi-purposed for exfoliation?
Hey, I learned this. That is what they use to do bald caps.
They use Elmer's glue?
They take Elmer's glue, and so if you have quite a bit of hair and you really need to compact it to be believable that you're really covering your hair with a rubber skin to make you look bald.
Yeah.
Right.
And it actually ends up having a hilarious side effect because it makes their dome look even bigger than it is. So if you watch a skit where someone is all of a sudden bald when they're not really bald, they take Elmer's glue and they smear down their head and let it dry, and then they stretch a bald cap over it, and then they blend it with makeup.
How in the world do you get that out easily, though?
It's more washable than you think with hot water.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
That's the idea. That's part of the reason we give it to kids.
It's not like it's Gorilla Glue or anything.
And you can eat it and it's fine.
Can you imagine if you... oh, man. You would have to get surgery, I bet.
To get it off?
If you Gorilla Glued your hair down?
You ever do your fingers accidentally?
Yeah.
You're doing
every
something,
time I use super glue.
and you're like,
yeah.
and you just can't pull it apart.
Yeah, the super glue people know that's happening.
Yeah.
That's why they keep making those tubes that way. They're super trashy and cheap. The Gorilla Glue wasn't so bad when I used it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but gluing your fingers together is not fun. And not only that, like you get it on there and the next week you're like chipping away at it, trying to get it off.
Oh, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, because you can't get it off.
I used to get that on my fingers all the time.
Yeah, I don't know how we got to talking about the glues on the gun shop show.
I see what you're
Is there
doing there.
anything else that we need to cover?
Do we want to talk about our plans for our group for what's coming up with regards to some things?
I feel like we need to tease it a little, but I have a few T's I want to dot and eyes I want to cross.
Yeah.
But what we're planning is an exclusive group of Gun Shop Show listeners where you get access to even more in-depth behind-the-scenes stuff. You get some perks, some events, some things.
Bonus content, if you didn't already mention that, because I checked out for a second there.
Yeah.
But I'm back.
So we're going to announce the details of that. If you like the idea of that, let us know in the comments. If you like the idea of a premium membership where you can chip in a couple bucks and
get more show,
get more stuff, get more things,
more laughs,
more benefit, and help make the show go on. Because you find with scale, we need stuff. We just had to order some very expensive microphones,
mic systems,
so that we can continue to go out on site.
We need a couple more cameras too. We got to get some more mobile devices for filming on the go.
Yeah, and so that would just go toward that. It would go toward helping us book great guests, which, by the way, and I'll say it in the show overdrive because I'm going to drop it in the group. We got
I'd say pretty high profile.
A pretty high profile guest agreed to come on the show.
Pretty high profile.
That is presidential candidate, libertarian nominee for president, Joe Jorgensen.
A VP too.
Yeah. And
pretty big deal.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting for us.
So they're going to come on the show soon, and we're finalizing the which episode they're going to come on, but
most likely before the election, though.
Yes,
because afterwards, I don't think they're candidates anymore.
No, it would be much less relevant. But we'll have them on before the election, and that'll be a lot of fun. But it's time to say goodbye.
Shoot, bed, doop. Shoot, bed, doop. Shoot, bed, doop, bed, doop, bed, doop. It's time to close out the shoe. As Gun Shop Show previous winner Brian Russ would say, that's the shoe.
That's all shoe
on the Gun Shop shoe. Shirts